this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am bringing you the second half of the photos from our trip to Disneyland and our visit to the 100-acre wood. So let's check out what's on my workspace. Okay, so this is my workspace today, and you may notice that a couple of things on here don't really look like creative memories, and that's because the paper that I'm going to be using today mainly is from an old Creative Memories pack. I used a little bit of it on the first 2 pages that we did for our 100-acre wood visit, and this is another sheet from that same pack, which are from Old CM. Old CM had the had a licensing agreement and could print some limited things regarding Winnie the Pooh, and so, or well, Disney things, and so one of the things they printed was a pack that was specifically for Winnie the Pooh, and so this is one of the last papers I have from that pack, and I'm going to use it today to accent this double page layout. I'm also using a punch that is not from Creative Memories. This is from Fiskars, and because I already had this, I did not purchase the hexagon shape that was sold not too long ago, but I am going to use this today instead, and we're going to make this ring that looks rather like a beehive, just like this, and so that's going to be on a part of our 2-page layout, and I'm going to use this to do that with. So in addition to this piece that I just have a piece of goldenrod cardstock and a bunch of scrap pieces of yellow and orange cardstock and designer papers out here that we're going to use a variety of to build our beehive ring. I also have the jumbo circle pattern from the custom cutting system. This is still available in our current line, so if you like this and don't have it yet, please pop on my website and go ahead and order it. And while you are watching this video, if you would do me the honor of subscribing, that would be fantastic and really help me out. Today, the honeycomb that we're going to be duplicating is part of a design element that was created initially by one of our Creative Memories blog contributors. Her name is Sachiyo Omitsu. She's one of my favorites, and Sachi, if you ever happen to see this video, thanks so much. I love your designs. You do a great job. So we're going to create mainly just the ring, and then the honeybees. We're going to do a version of the honeybees as well from this design, but I just thought I would let you know this came from the blog, and let me see, it was dated May of 2022 to give you an idea, but if you type in honeybee on the blog, I bet this would probably come up. So I'm going to just set that aside, and we're going to get started here. Yes, Heidi? Pizza's here. Oh, okay. If you guys want to go ahead and pray about it, I'll come up as soon as I'm done. Okay, I also am adding some hot fudge cardstock to our supply list for this one, and rather than using the goldenrod for the base of our honeycomb ring, I am going to use the hot fudge instead. Now, brown on black may not appear to be the best choice. I was going to just use the goldenrod kind of to outline my my pieces, but now that I have thought about it a little bit more, I'm thinking that I'm going to just go ahead and use the hot fudge like Sachi recommended. And I need my blue blade, which is out here ready for an additional element for later. So blue blade centered on a 12 by 12 piece of hot fudge cardstock. We're going to do the inside and the outside. So first we're going to go around the outside of this, all the way around, hold it really still. Oh, she says, and then it moves. All right. Not perfect, but good enough. Okay. And I should not have moved that, but I did, so I'm going to have to recenter it here real quick. Best I can. And then we're going to do the inside. Okay. And this is going to be the base for our honeycomb ring. I'm going to set that up there. Don't put your jumbo circle too far away because we will need it again in a little bit. But right now what we're going to do is take our hexagon punch. If you have the CM hexagon punch, then use that. I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to punch a variety of hexagons out of these patterned papers so that we can use them as part of our honeycomb. If you have scraps that are, you know, oddly shaped, go ahead and just cut a part of the hexagon from a scrap. There are going to be areas where you could use just a part of the hexagon and you'll be good. So don't worry if you can't fit a whole hexagon on your scrap. Go ahead and cut it anyway. I have no idea how many this is going to take, but I would imagine it's going to take a few. Quite a few. Alright, so now we're going to just go ahead and arrange our I'm going to use repositionable adhesive, and I'm going to just arrange these kind of around our circle. Oh, that one is the same, so we can't do that one. We could do this one though. Leave just a little gap, as you can see there, between the pieces so that you've got ample room to see the shapes that you are adhering. And try to make it consistent throughout your design. This is going to take a minute, so if you want to fast forward it, I will fast forward the video or make it quick. All right, now what I'm going to do is flip this over, and I'm going to grab my template again, set it on here, and I'm going to center it the best I can. That looks pretty good right there. Grab my blue blade, and we're going to cut all that little bit of excess off. So let's do the center this time around. We did the center last time, but I'm going to do it first this time, and let's see how I did centering my template as well. This is all right. Let me come back the other way. Okay. So you can see that, or you could see from the pile of extras that I probably punched too many, but sometimes it's good to have a little bit extra so that you can have a variety to choose from as you go around. And occasionally, as you go around, your papers do get a little caught up sometimes. So be mindful of that and just go slow. Because you don't want to mess up your design. Okay. So I was off just a fraction of a little bit with my circle. Not too badly, but enough that I have some little strings coming up. Oh, and that one got crunched just a little. I'll go back and stick it down. Also, you want to, before you get rid of all of your little pieces, you want to go back in here and fill in any tiny little gaps that you might have. Like right here, I have a gap. An area I missed. And right here, we've got a tiny little gap. That one is because that's where I started and stopped my design. And so that one will be harder to rectify, unfortunately. This one I should be able to fix somewhat. Okay, then we can come in here with our precision scissors and just go ahead and cut around our brown. Inside is a little trickier, but not too bad. All right, so there is our honeycomb ring. Thank you, Sachi. Sachi. That's what I always think of when I see her name is Sachi, because that's what I've heard her go by before. All right. So this is going to be on the right-hand side of our layout. And I'm just cleaning up here just a tad to make this a little bit easier. Okay, so underneath these photos will be this ring. And in addition to that, I'm going to grab my trimmer. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to take this piece of paper, which is already divided somewhat, and I'm going to cut a couple of rows off of it. So I'm going to cut these at, let's see, just above this orange bumblebee line is roughly 3 1/4 plus a tiny bit more. So we're going to cut it there. And let's see if that measurement will work the same for this. 3 1/4 plus a tiny bit is actually a little bit more, but that's okay. It'll be all right. So we've got our top and our bottom border for this side, and I've got a little bit more that we can play with for this side if we want to. And probably would have been good to go ahead and try and incorporate this pattern into our ring, but I didn't think about that, so I didn't do it. But you could on your design, so think about doing that. That would help carry over the patterns of everything. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the bottom here. Whoa. A new tape runner, and it likes to run away with things. So using the jeeping as my edge in the center, I'm lining up the base of my paper with the base of my page so that it's nice and straight and I don't have to wrestle with it. And then we're gonna scooch all of these down so we can do something similar across the top, starting in the middle. Oh, come on. There. The center edge right up against the center jeeping. There goes that. Love this cute little honeybee over here. Super cute. All right, now we could mat a couple things if we wanted to. These are the fun pictures we got from inside the ride at Pooh Corner. And when I saw these, I immediately started thinking of the song Heffalumps and Woozles from Winnie the Pooh. I don't know when the last time is that you saw that movie. I can't even tell you when the last time was I saw that movie, but you know, as an earwig, I think it's pretty productive. If you've ever heard that song, it's very catchy. Heffalumps and woozles are very confusing. Heffalumps and woozles are very sly, 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 sly. Something like that. Anyway, again, it's been a while, so. Okay, I'm just cutting a couple of mats. So I'm cutting these at 4 by 6 because I know that I cut my photos slightly smaller, some of them, so that I can mat them. So just making a couple of quick mats out of the remainder of that paper. And we'll mat this guy. And we'll mat one of the smaller ones, maybe. And I'm going to have my pictures, I think, all going the same direction. So I think we'll do this one. Or maybe we ought to do one of the ones over here on this page. Except for I didn't trim them down. Well, I think we ought to do one of the ones on this page. So let me trim this one down just a little bit. And we'll catch, let's see. Not sure how I want that one to go on there. Get all three of these stacked since we know they're going to go in the same direction. Try and keep the corners, if you're stacking photos like this, try and keep the corners here the same distance from your center of your page. And then they'll be a little bit more evenly spaced. They'll look more in line with each other. All right. I want my honeybee up here to show, so let me see how I can get this in here so that my honeybee doesn't go away, because I think he's super cute. I think that will work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so there we go with those. Let me trim down this photo here real quick. And then we just have a couple of honeybees to make. So, and then we'll be done. So we've got Pooh and his honey. Pooh Bear is a good egg. All right, and we've got a lot of, the lighting was really interesting inside there, so it was maybe not the best for taking pictures, but I tried it just because I thought it would be fun, be a fun way to remember the adventure of the ride by taking pictures inside. I'm sure that they probably don't recommend that, but what's done is done, as they say. Okay, now I'm just kind of turning my circle until I get it to a point where the places that I really don't want people to see are going to be underneath photos. So if you have edges that got a little crumpled, like that one right there, or you have your start and stop point over here, just rotate your circle until you know you're not going to have to worry about that showing. because I'm going to cover that up with a picture and no one will ever know. Your photos can cover a multitude of not sins, but you know, cover a multitude of errors if you place them strategically. Stuck that down, but I wasn't ready. This picture I took because I thought the little heffalump bee on the back of each of the little honey cars that you ride in was just super cute. So there you go. All right, now, oh, we need to trim this little bit here also off the top because my photo went over the edge. Sometimes I don't worry about photos going over the edge because it kind of can create an interesting feature in your page, especially if it's not anything critical that's going off the edge. Okay, now, a couple years ago we had this punch come out. It's a Bumblebee punch. Super, super fun and really can be easy to put together some cute little bumblebees. So let me show you how we're going to do this. I'm going to use this glitter paper that I have, this black glitter paper. I'm turning my punch over so that I can see it. Okay, these are pieces I'm going to toss, and there's my bumblebee. I need 3 bumblebees for this layout. Hello. Okay. And I'm just scooting my punch confetti to the side so that I can grab the bumblebee. Okay, now I'm going to also punch 3 from this piece of white shimmer paper. And really, all I'm concerned about with the white shimmer paper are the wings. So the rest of the bee can just kind of go to the side. But I want these wings. So I want that guy and I want that guy. And there's the bee. Okay, come on. There's my wings. All right. Now, I also you could use a piece like this for wings, some little tiny dots, that would make cute wings. And I'm going to use a piece of, let's use a piece of this. Or, hang on, I have a piece of, I need a piece of goldenrod, like this, and we're going to make the body of the bee, and then we're going to put them together. So we're going to, using the smallest oval, and I think the blue one is the one that Sachi recommended we use. So we're going to use the blue blade on the smallest oval. This is going to give us a very, very tiny oval. Let's see if it's too small. Well, actually, I think that will work. You take your repositionable adhesive, run it all the way down the back side of the body of your bee, and just stick that oval right on top of it. And you've got the yellow of your bee filled in. Isn't that cool? And the wings are a little bit trickier, but we will get to them in just a minute. Let me cut 2 more of these. And then we'll be in business. No pun intended. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to flip this guy over, give that guy some adhesive, this guy some adhesive. Now we're going to add adhesive to the back of all of this guy, and he's going to go, let's see, maybe we'll stick him right here over that little notch that I accidentally cut. Now I'm going to take a wing and very carefully, you could use tweezers if you don't have long nails. You just adhere that little piece of wing right in there. Okay, let's see. I need one that's going to go that way. Some repositionable adhesive. And right in the slot. Okay, now we just need to find good places for our other bees. Oh, come on. I crinkled him. I can put him up there with his little bee companion. Maybe we'll stick him way up there. And where's this last bee gonna go? Maybe flying this way, down here. Getting the adhesive on the wings can be kind of tedious, I admit. Come on. Oh no, I dropped it. Okay, well, I'll have to retrieve that one later. Come on, adhesive. Oh, my adhesive's at the end. No wonder I'm fighting it so much. Okay, give me a second here. This should go better. There we go. All right. I'll get that other wing when I can climb underneath my table. All right, so there we go. What do you think? I'm excited. I think it turned out pretty good. So I hope that, oh, I have a couple, actually I have one more thing. Hang on just a second. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
I didn't know if I was interrupting anything.
Well, I was recording, but that's okay. I
I'm
can take a
sorry.
pause and do some editing. No big deal.
All right, well,
How are
I
you?
talked to Brian, and Brian gave us a couple things that we need to do or get together for him.
Okay.
And I can talk to you as soon as you're done
Okay.
recording.
Do you want me to
Okay.
call you? I'm almost finished.
Yeah,
I'll call you
go
in a
ahead
minute.
And finish talking to the world and give me a call back. Okay.
All right.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
All right, bye.
All right, so the only other thing that I was going to do with this particular layout, although I do have these couple of stickers I could use as well, is I made some cute little brackets from our, do you remember our layout yesterday, how we made this frame, or not yesterday, but a couple days ago. And I had this piece from the center left over. So I used that same bracket that I made, the same template that I used to make that, and I created these cute little brackets that I thought would be fun to just dress up the corners of our layout with. So all they are is just an extension of the page, and I need to pay attention to my trees because I just realized my trees are directional, so I need to make sure the trees are going the right way. So this one goes up here, that one goes down there, this one goes up here, and this one goes down here underneath Tigger. And that would kind of give it a little bit of an homage to the page before. I don't know if I like that though now that I have it on there. Kind of like it over here, not so much over here. So what if we moved these and just added them to this page, this side of the layout? Is that too different? I don't know. Might be too different, but we're going to go with it nonetheless. And I'm going to put this cute little bee over on the right side of the page as well, so that he can kind of bring in the left side of the page to the right side of the page. Here, let's use a big one. That will help. We'll put him kind of right here in the middle so that you see him right away. All right, so I'm just going to add these on real quick, and I can show you how I did these also. By using my other piece. So just bear with me here a sec. Okay, I'm going to tuck that underneath my picture. There we go. Okay, so let me show you how I did those brackets, and then we'll be all set for this episode. So let me grab... So using the same template that we used yesterday, see how it matches the center? All I did was I took my red blade, because it's the one closest to the cutting groove, as you know, and I adjusted it. I'm going to cut this one out right here. I adjusted it so that it, I just centered it and moved it up so that this edge and this edge are touching the outline of the cut element. Okay, so this paper, this edge is cutting or touching this edge, and this edge of the template is touching this edge. And then I just went along the pattern of the template and cut out each one of these cute little brackets. Then I took my trimmer let me get rid of this for a second. I took my trimmer and I used this 45-degree line right here because I wanted to try to make sure that my bracket was going to be at a 90-degree angle, and I didn't really know how to do that at first, but what I did was I lined up the point on the top of the bracket here with the swish on the lower end of the bracket here. This one is lined up on the 45-degree angle mark. This one is lined up on your cutting line. And then you just cut a tiny bit off. See, it's not even hardly anything, just a tiny bit, but it squares it up enough that you can then put it right onto your paper, and it will line up with your borders. So the same thing, you just flip it over and put the now 90-degree point down here flat against or at a make it parallel to your horizontal line on your trimmer here. Make the point on your 45-degree angle and the other point on your cutting line just like before here, and then when you cut it you'll be able to put that bracket right onto the corner of your paper, and it will be perfect. See? Just like that. I hope that this has been a fun episode for you to watch on my channel. I know that this layout probably is not quite as cohesive as I normally try to make them, but I think it's cute with all the honeybees and Pooh Bear. And I love the way this ring turned out. So thank you, Sachiyo Omitsu, for helping us with that idea. And until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day.